Hey guys, this is Miles from Teach Me Music Academy, and today we're going to be looking at top 10 easy songs for piano. Before I get started, I just want to say drop me one of these and smash that subscribe button to see more content in the future and keep updated. Alright, well, without further ado, this first one is for all you hopeless romantics out there. It's kind of a sweet song, so if you want to serenade your boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever, this is the one to do it. Alright, so this is a song that was featured on Fast and Furious, one of the Fast and Furious films. Can't remember which one. You can tell me in the comments below. This is See You Again by Charlie Puth. This one starts like this. Okay, so what I'm doing there is I'm starting with my thumb on F, so I'm just getting the position at the moment, right? Okay, so it's always a good idea to start in the right position. Get ready before you just, go blazing in. You've got to have the right finger position, okay? So I've got my thumb on F, my index finger on B flat, my middle finger on C, and this little guy here, my ring finger on D, okay? So, like that, as you can see there. I'm going to go through it note by note now, okay? So it's F, C, B flat, okay? And if you don't know what a flat is or a sharp is, it's just the black notes on the piano, okay? Don't worry about it for now if you don't know what I'm talking about. Just have a look and follow along. So F, C, B flat, F, okay? That's the first little section, right? Okay, now this next part, we've got a few notes in quick succession, right? So you might have to practice this one slowly and build up the tempo gradually until you can play it a bit faster to be able to play it in tempo, okay? So that's going up from B flat, C, D, back down again, C, B flat, C, okay? Like that, I'll do it slowly. Okay, and then you put the two together and it sounds something like this. Yep, you just repeat that 4 times and that's the piano intro for See You Again. Now if you're a little bit more advanced and you know your chords, okay, I'm going to just quickly show you what the left hand will be doing. If this is a bit difficult, don't worry about it. It still sounds really cool with just the right hand and it's instantly recognizable whether you play the chords or not, okay? But as I say, this one's just for those of you out there who are a little bit more advanced and want to just add a little bit of spice to this, okay? So you're going to start off with this, okay? B flat sus2, if you know what that is. If you don't worry about it, doesn't matter. Okay, so that's F, B flat and C. Play it together as a chord. Then the C moves to a D. F, B flat, D. E flat. Yep, F, B flat, E flat. Back to there, D. F, B flat, D. And then you're going to play an F chord, which is F, A, C. Okay, so like this. Play that 2 times, play the right hand 4 times, put it all together, and hopefully it should sound something like this. Okay, so next up, we've got Let Me Entertain You by Robbie Williams. This is one of them songs you might have heard your auntie drunk singing on karaoke to, right? It's a pretty well-known song, and if you play the piano intro, again, it's another one that's instantly recognizable. This one's a little bit harder than some of the others, okay? But if you know your chords, you know your chord shapes, it shouldn't be too bad. So, it goes like this. You start on an F chord, right? You don't play the F chord like this. We're going to rearrange the notes, take the F from here, put it up there, okay? So that's called an inversion, when you change the notes in a chord to a different order, right? Same notes, just different order, right? Don't worry about these big words I'm throwing at you. You don't need to know what they are or remember them. All you really need to know is I'm changing the notes around in a chord. And if you don't even know what a chord is, that's fine, because I'm going to show you exactly which notes I'm playing anyway, okay? So it starts off with this chord, A, C, F. Then you move to an A flat chord, A flat, C, E flat, okay? So it's from here to here. Then a B flat inversion. Remember, inversion just means changing the order of the notes around, okay? So that's F, B flat, D, E flat, inversion, G, B flat and E flat, back to your B flat chord, which is F, B flat and D, and then F chord, just F, A, C. All right, so all together, that should sound like this. Right, okay, and then next step, once you've got that and you've got your fingers up to speed with those chord shapes, start adding the rhythm in, okay? And it should start to sound a little bit closer to the track. Okay, next thing to do, if you want to take it one step further, add a left hand note, okay? So in the intro of this song, it's dead simple, it's literally one note, okay? Not too difficult, hopefully. It's just an F, okay? You take an F down here, okay? And you just... Right, so easy a 2-year-old could do it. Maybe. Okay, so put those together and it sounds a little bit like this. Now, we've got a bit of an older track. This one is written by a guy called John Lennon. Here, you might know the band that he was in, the Beatles. Okay, this is a really simple track. Again, another one that uses chords, but if you know your chords and you're used to playing chords, it's dead simple. All right, this is called Imagine. So I'll just play a quick snippet of it. Hopefully you'll recognise it. And then I'll take you through it note for note, pretty much, okay? So, it goes like this. Right, that's the piano intro. We're going to start off with a C chord, okay? So, this is how you play a C chord. C, E, G, like that, okay? That, or you can play it like this, right, using your middle finger, which is a bit of a stretch. This one's more for if you've got bigger hands, okay? You can play it like this as well, though, with your thumb, your index finger, and your ring finger, right? Now, a lot of people may play chords like this, but the reason I'm saying not to play like this, well, you could actually, I suppose you could technically, well, it's a bit of a stretch going up to here, right? And this might feel a bit weird for some people, using that pinky, weaker finger. So, personally, I play like this, with my thumb, my index finger, and my ring finger, okay? And then what we're going to do, we're going to split the chord up, okay? So we're going to play E and G first, followed by C, okay? And you're going to repeat that 3 times. 2, 3, thumb's just going to stay in the C. Then, these 2 notes, E and G, are going to move up like this. You can just slide your fingers across the keys like this to G and B, okay? And you're going to do that, followed by the C again. That happens once, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 1. Next, your G and B up here are going to move down to F and A. Again, your thumb is going to stay on C, okay? And then you're going to do that one 3 times. Right, so far we've got okay, last little bit, you're going to play these notes, okay? So you're going to go A sharp, which is this black note here, okay? and B. Right? And if you want to look at the proper technique for that, just look at which fingers I'm using, okay? That might be a really good idea instead of playing like this or something, right? Yeah, that's not, I mean, you can technically do it, but it's not recommended, okay? You want to be practicing with all your fingers if you can, okay? So. Again, if you're slightly more advanced, you can add the left hand. It's just 2 notes, C, F. Right? That's it, okay? Put that all together, it sounds a little bit like this. This next one, this is by a little known band called Queen. You might have heard of them, maybe. It's not Ice Ice Baby, okay? It is Under Pressure, all right? So we're going to start off with this one by playing the bass line, okay? It is a bass guitar, but as some of you may already know, you can basically do anything on a piano, right? You can do a bass player's job, a guitarist's job, you know, whatever, okay? Because us piano players are the best. So we'll start off with the bass part, and then we're going to do the little piano part there. You know what I'm talking about. So, all together it goes like this. So what that is, I'm just playing D. 6 times. Okay? Da 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 da. 6. Followed by an A, right? Going down A, not up, okay? So going down to that A, okay? And you just play another D, and it starts again, right? So then the whole pattern starts again. And in your right hand, you're going to do this. You're going to take a G and a D, followed by, so you're going to play those together, right? 2 notes together, then followed by a D and an A, again, playing them together at the same time. So it's, again, if you want to play it with good technique, look how I'm doing it, look what fingers I'm using, and try and practice it that way. Some people may do it like this. Okay, that's okay, but me personally, if you can make that stretch, it is a lot easier because you can keep your hand in one position, like that, okay? So, put the 2 things together, and it sounds like this. This one is for all you emo kids, if you know what an emo kid is, if kids these days even do that anymore, I don't know. But this one is the Black Parade, and it's by a band called My Chemical Romance. This is an awesome band, great song, and the piano intro is dead simple, but it's super iconic, okay? And this one, it might be cheating a little bit, but I will allow you to do it if you find it easier. It's a 1-finger wonder, okay? You can literally play this with 1 finger and get away with it. So, it goes a little bit like this. Recognize it? I'll take you through what the notes I'm using. And you'll notice I am going to use all my fingers because, again, I like to use proper technique. But just this once, I'll let you cheat, okay? If you want to. So, it goes like this. G, F sharp, which is this black note here. Then B, A, D, G, C, B, B, E, A, D. All right. So you might have noticed that I've changed to a keyboard setup here. That's just because we're going to go through a few different sounds now. If you've got a piano, that's fine. You'll be able to play these on a piano too. But I just wanted to use similar sounds that are used in the track, just so you get more of a feel for how it actually fits in with the real thing, okay? This is actually my personal gigging keyboard. It's a little bit weathered, as you can probably tell. So yeah, let's start off then. So this first one is by a guy called Van Halen. Now you might not have heard of him, but you've probably heard this keyboard riff. It's one of the biggest riffs of all time, one of the coolest keyboard parts ever, period. This is called Jump, okay? And it goes like this. We'll just do the right hand first, and once again, you can play it with just the right hand on its own, and it still sounds cool and recognizable. So, you're going to start with a G chord, which is like this. G, B, D. Boom, just like that, okay? So, you're going to play them together. Right? And this is kind of like a short little stab. Right? You're not holding the notes. Right? You want some gaps in between the chords, right? Right? You're holding some of them and leaving some gaps between some of them, okay? So, G, just like that. Then we're going to play C inversion. Remember that word from earlier? Okay, a rearranged chord. So, start with your G shape and then move this B and D here. Move them up like that to C and E, okay? So it's, you keep the thumb there on G, okay? And then you move your whole hand, rearrange your whole hand now to F, A and C, okay? And that's an F chord, right? F again. Okay, so it's F twice. And then G 2 times, right? So far we've got. Do that a bit slower. Okay, and that second G there at the end, you hold that G for a bit longer, okay? And what that does, that accents that particular part, all right? It makes it sound really cool and a little bit more rhythmic and a bit more interesting, okay? Yep. Okay, next we've got C, that C inversion again. Then you go back to your F. Then you do an F inversion, okay? So remember, inversion means changing the notes of the chord around. So we're going to take this C here, keep the F and A where they are, okay? Move this C down here. Like that, okay? So far. You hold that F inversion there. Then you got a C in root position, right? So just move the F and the A over to E and G. Okay, and this last chord, this is a bit of a spicy chord now, okay? This is called a C sus2, okay? Very spicy. But you don't need to understand what that is. All you need to know is it sounds really cool, and it goes like this, okay? C, D, and G, right? So you just, regular C chord, C, E, G, you just move that E down to a D, okay? Right? This one's more difficult than some of the others, okay? Similar to Let Me Entertain You, this is one of the more difficult ones, okay? But considering how well-known this is and how sort of hyped up this is as a keyboard part, right? Everyone loves this, everyone wants to play it. It's, in terms of difficulty, I'd say it's kind of overrated. As cool as it sounds, it's not the most difficult riff to play on a keyboard, right? So, I'll play the whole thing through, slowly, and then we'll play it up to speed, all right? So. Okay. Okay, now it's starting to sound like the original, okay? One last thing. If you want to add the left hand, it goes like this, okay? You're just going to hold a C over most of it, okay, until the end, right? So it's just going to, you hold that C first. Then on the C root position chord here, you change to an F on your left hand. Then on the crunchy chord at the end, the C sus2, this one, the last chord you're going to play, you change to a G, right? We'll do that slowly. Right. And the end result should be something a little bit like this. Nice. Alright, so this next one is quite popular, right? It's quite a popular request that I get for people to learn. It's a rap tune, it's by D.R.E, and it's called Still Dre, okay? This is one of them ones that, you know, a lot of the time, this is probably the first thing that someone will learn on a piano or keyboard, right? Just loads of people want to play this, okay? It sounds a little bit like this. Yeah, okay, recognize it? Yeah, it's a bit of a banger. So, and this is how you play it. So, you're going to take an A minor chord, like this, and we're going to play an A minor inversion, right? So we're changing the order of those notes around. I keep repeating myself, I know, but it's really, really important that you understand what this is. So, I'm going to take the A and put it up here, right? So, all that means is we're going to do this. C, E, and A, like that, right? That's our chord. Instead of playing this like this, we're going to roll the chord, okay? So that means we kind of do this motion. We play the notes one after each other, but it's very subtle, okay? Right? The notes are slightly delayed after each other, okay? So you're rolling the chord like that, right? You do that, and then you move your thumb to B, and the E and the A stays the same, right? Then the B and the E stays the same, but you move this A to a G. So play it slowly. Right? Boom, and that's how you do it. Coming up next, we have a tune by Ed Sheeran. This is a cool little dancey number. Features like a marimba synth, really cool sound. Again, it will work on piano too, so don't worry if you haven't got a keyboard like this. All these will work on a piano and sound great. So, this one, it's very sort of staccato, okay? Another big word. All that means is, it's a fancy classical term, but all it means is short notes, okay? Just like in jump, we're not gonna hold the notes for too long, okay? Right, you come off the note straight away, like. No? Okay. Like that. Right? You don't hold the note down. And it goes a little bit like this. So that's C sharp, which is this black note here, followed by E, C sharp twice, E, right? So you're starting to get the drift, right? So it's that pattern repeated, right? The first C sharp you just play once, and then E, and it's 2 C sharps, and an E, and again 2 C sharps, and an E, right? Then C sharp, and then the last little bit is D sharp, which is this note here, C sharp, B. Right, so the first part is followed by, and you put it all together and you should sound like this. So this one is a really cool song and a really cool little synth part. It's by The Weeknd, it's a pretty modern song and it's called Blinding Lights. It goes like this. So first of all, I'm going to show you the starting position. So you're going to start with your thumb on C, like that. Your index finger on E flat, this note here. Your middle finger on F, and your ring finger on G, okay? The first note you're going to play is an F. 2 times. Then an E flat, back to F, G, C, E flat, and then similar thing again, F, F, E flat, F, G, C, E flat. In fact, it's exactly the same thing again, right? So the same thing twice, okay? And the second part, we're going to go like this. You're going to move up to this shape here, okay? It might be a bit of a difficult shape to get, but I mean, maybe you can use 2 hands, right, if that's easier. So you've got B flat, G, F, and E flat. Those are the notes you're going to use, okay? So you're going to go like this. Okay, that's B flat, G, F, E flat. Then you do that whole thing again. The last note is just an F, okay? Right, so it's like this. Yeah. This one is, it has been a bit of a meme song. Yeah, a lot of younger people will know and love this one. Okay, this is by a little known artist called Billie Eilish. And this one is Bad Guy, okay? This is the synth part from Bad Guy. It goes like this. Alright, so what am I doing there? Starting in this position, G with my thumb, B flat with my index finger, D flat with my middle finger, and D with my ring finger. So it looks like this, okay? That's how I'm playing it. So you go G, D, back to G, okay? So then D sharp to D, okay? Like that, okay? Then B flat and G, okay? Like that. Then it's really easy if you just keep your fingers in that same shape, right? So you're gonna lock your hand up, right? So lock your fingers in place, yeah? Like that, right? See, I can move my hand around like this, okay? I look a bit crazy right now, but that's okay. Oh, and my fingers are still in the right place, okay? So you wanna lock your fingers in, slide your hand across, and aim for your thumb to be on C, okay? So you slide in from your thumb on G to your thumb on C, And if you keep the exact shape with your fingers, you'll be in the right shape for the next part, okay? Which is C, E flat, well, C, D sharp. Let's keep it consistent. Let's just use sharps, okay? So this note here. F sharp, this note here, and G. Okay, that's the shape we're going to start this next part in. And you're going to play exactly the same pattern, just starting on a different note, right? Play that 2 times. So that's C, G, C, F sharp, G, F sharp, D sharp, right? Do that 2 times. Then you're going to move to this shape here, which is D, F sharp, A, and you go like this. Okay, so D, A, D, F sharp, D, C. Right? Right, I'll play the whole thing slowly and just follow along. And then you should be aiming for it to sound something like this. Boom. Thank you so much, guys, for making it all the way through to the end. I hope you've learned something and you can take something away from this video. Let me know down in the comments what your top 10 would be. And don't forget to smash that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future videos. Once again, big thanks for watching. And this is Miles from Teach Me Music Academy, signing out. See you later.